welcome back to my channel. Today's video is all about comfortable shoes for work. Now I think we can all agree that the last 2 years has been a bit of a serve and comfort has been key, particularly when getting dressed for work for a remote working day from home. Now, if you've made your way back to the office, either full-time or working sort of hybrid weeks, which is what I was doing in the latter part of 2021, then you would have noticed that there has been a real shift in office dress codes. We're seeing a lot of like the traditional formal, stuffy workplaces adopt more of a relaxed vibe, and finding quite a few of them are actually even just implementing a smart casual dress code or a dress for your day policy, where it's really up to you to exercise your common sense to dress appropriately for your day. Now, a bit of background about me. I work as in-house legal counsel at a government agency, and before that I was working in private practice in law firms. And so I've always worked in like traditional office environment where, you know, pre-pandemic the men were always wearing suits. Now, I think that if you'd asked me to put together a list of comfortable shoes for work, you know, 2 years ago, pre-pandemic, the list would have been really different because, you know, back then I was relying quite heavily on high heels. And so I would have probably suggested that you wear mid heels or block heels to give yourself a bit of a break, a bit of comfort. Whereas today I would probably consider a mid heel or a block heel to be a more dressier shoe. And that's not to say that like high heels are cancelled. I think that there is a place for high heels and that they will make a return in the future. But I don't think that we can deny that right now they have lost their relevance because of the way that we're all working at the moment. So in terms of what I look for in a work shoe, my ideal work shoe is one that strikes the right balance between comfort and polish. Now that I'm in my mid-30s, I'm being a bit more conscious about my purchases, and so versatility is another key factor for me. And so I find that if a pair of shoes looks great with a pantsuit, a dress, and a pair of jeans, then it's likely going to be a winner for me because it sort of encompasses the spectrum of clothes that I would wear in an ordinary working week. It covers like that formal meeting attire, the in-between stuff, and a casual Friday. This video is going to be part of a 3-part video series about work shoes. So I will also be sharing my favorite styles in the mid-heeled category as well as the high heels category. But I figured in light of how we're all working at the moment, sort of the comfortable flat shoes would be most relevant to a lot of us. And in terms of the styles that I'm going to share, they do fit into a number of categories, and so I thought the best way to approach it would be to share the dressiest style and then to work my way back to the most relaxed. And that way I'll likely cover off whatever type of office environment that you work in or industry that you work in, you know, whether it be sort of the traditional consulting, law, finance, or whether you're a cool person and you work in tech or creative. So let's get started. Order of the day is pointed toe shoes. I find these to be the most formal and dressy style flat shoe out of all of the shoes in my collection. They also work to sort of elongate your frame as well, and I'm always up for a bit of additional height or illusion in that department. And so I have here the Sarah Flint Natalie flats, and I have these in the saddle vachetta leather and also the navy suede, which I just received in the last week or so. So I've had these for a few months. I just got these. I really, really love these. I love these so much. I think that they're the perfect pointed toe shoe. They're great for work. They satisfy the 3 criteria that I set for myself. So pantsuit, dress, and pair of jeans. They look great with all of them. And these are really quite comfortable as well because I've got that sort of additional padding on the inside. You might recognise these as the ones that Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, wore when she stepped out with Prince Harry for the first time back in 2017. I think it was 2017, maybe a bit earlier, at the Invictus Games. Anyway, it was when they first stepped out together as a couple, and she wore these shoes with like a white shirt and a pair of jeans, and she looked totally laid back and cool, but these really added a bit of polish, and that's exactly what they do to your outfits. They add a bit of polish with minimal fuss. Out of the 2 colors, I would say that these are just more of a winter friendly shoe, whereas these are sort of like a year-round option. I would highly recommend that you go for the saddle color because they just look so lovely and classic. So the next shoe that I have to share with you is a bit of a hybrid pointed toe flat slash loafer, and that is the Nicholas Kirkwood Bayer flats. And I really love these, like particularly when I was transitioning back to the office from mat leave. I really relied on these because I think that they look really dressy, but they also add a little bit of edge, and they looked really nice with sort of my suits and the tailored dresses that I wore to work. These are also really comfortable, and the leather that is used in the Nicholas Kirkwood shoes is really supple and soft. They do carry hefty price tags, but now that I've had mine for the past few years, I really do think that they're worth the money. They're so well made, they're so comfortable, and they just go with everything. So the next category of shoes is loafers, and the next pair that I have to share with you is probably my all-time favorite pair out of my entire shoe collection, and that is my Gucci Jordan loafers. I really love these. I got these late last year, and I have worn them so much. I think they just so easily elevate the most relaxed of my outfits, and they also work well for the office. I think that they're not as dressy as pointed toe flats because of the almond toe, but I mean, they are still a very dressy shoe. They're so simple, they're just so classic, and initially I was really hesitant to pull the trigger because of the price tag, but I really wish that I just added them to my wardrobe earlier just to get more enjoyment out of them. I've spoken about these already in my luxury purchases of 2021 video, and also heaps on the blog. And yeah, I will share an in-depth review of these once I've had these for a little bit longer, but yeah, I really love these, and these are an amazing style. So before adding the Gucci loafers to my wardrobe, I was heavily reliant on another pair of black loafers, and it was these, the Sarah Flint Rosy loafer. And I have to admit that since adding the Gucci loafers to my wardrobe, I haven't really reached for these as much, which just goes to show that you probably only need one pair of black loafers, and if you buy them well, then you'll just be wearing that style forever. But before that, I was wearing these quite a bit just because, you know, it is sort of a classic style shoe. It has the same sort of almond toe, but it's a little bit more feminine in its design, and so the vamp doesn't go as high as the Gucci loafers. And there is a slight heel on these as well. It's about a 2 cm heel, but it doesn't feel at all like there's a heel. It just feels like flats. And Sarah, when she created these, and the way that she approached the design was, you know, to design heels but for flats people, and that's exactly like what these are. These don't really feel like heels at all, so it's nice to have a little bit of a lift without feeling it. These are a black suede finish, and so I think naturally they just look like they're more suitable for sort of cold weather looks. Another pair of black loafers there in my wardrobe that, you know, were a real workhorse for me for some time. The next pair that I have to share with you is another pair from Sarah Flint, and it is what I would say is my statement pair of loafers because of the leopard print. And these are the Alicia loafers that were designed in collaboration with the Gravati Italian shoemaking family. And so these have a really considered construction. They've got like a Vibram rubber sole, and the way in which they're constructed means that they are just so much more durable than shoes that you would find on the high street. These are the first pair of leopard print shoes that I've ever added to my wardrobe. And I know leopard print is considered to be like the neutral of all the prints, likely due to sort of the neutral tones that make up the print. But these have been amazing. Like, I wear them with navy and black, and they look great with sort of like tailored trousers and a plain top, and they just sort of elevate and add a little bit more personality to my outfit. And so yeah, these have been a really great addition to sort of my flats rotation for the office. And to round out my loafers category, I have these Mary Jane style loafers here from Everlane, which look really sweet and preppy, and they kind of have like a schoolgirl vibe about them. These are made of like a cocoa brown sort of Napa leather, and they've got that stitching detail. I've really enjoyed these. These have been really comfortable, and these again sort of fit that 3 criteria that I go for. You know, they look great with a suit, with a dress, with a pair of jeans. These have been really great. Lovely neutral brown shade to sort of go with the existing neutrals that I have in my wardrobe. And the next style of shoes that I have to share with you is not quite a ballet flat. It's sort of like a higher vamp style glove shoe. And they are the Day Glove by Everlane. So this is one of Everlane's signature styles. It's so incredibly popular. Everyone always just goes on and on about how comfortable they are, and they really are comfortable, and they're made of like a really soft, supple leather. Now, thanks to the round toe and the fact that it is cut a little bit higher, I do think that these look a lot more casual than, say, a pointed toe flat. I have managed to wear them to the office because of, you know, the current smart casual dress code that we have going on. But I think that these are probably more suited to industries that would normally adopt a casual environment, sort of like creative industries or like teaching, or all you cool cats out there that don't have to look so highly strung all the time. I think these are perfect for you. Okay, so last but certainly not least is the most relaxed style that I have to share with you, and they have to be my white sneakers. And yes, I have managed to wear these to the office on casual Fridays and also on those in-between days where I'm not meeting with anyone and just sort of sitting at my desk, sort of bashing things away. I think that it's important when you do wear white sneakers that they have to be clean. Like, you still have to look polished, but they can't have any scuffs or anything like that on them, unless they're golden goose sneakers where they're intentionally meant to be scuffed, which isn't really proving my point. Anyway, they just have to be polished. You know what I'm trying to say. And I think also with a white sneaker, you've got to make sure that they're not too chunky, that they're a little bit more slimline, just so that they don't look too trendy, fashiony, and they just look nice and clean. The ones that I have here are by Everlane and they're made of a recycled leather. I've been getting along really well with these, but that said, you can find a white sneaker pretty much anywhere. They're available everywhere and anywhere, and they're really not hard to find. I'm sure you'll be able to find one that will suit you and your wardrobe very nicely. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I have endeavoured to link everything that I featured in this video in the description bar as well, so have a read down there. Be sure to subscribe to get notified when I upload more videos, including the next 2 videos in this 3-part work shoes series, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!